Hello YouTube, how you doing today? My first time doing a live show on YouTube. I'm not a real stranger to doing live shows though, but it's my first one today, and I wanted to come on and get it started and get it going and everything, so I'm gonna start doing that right after this. So, here's what the deal is. My name's Dan Monroe. I'm an artist. I've been creating artwork for many years. Yeah, trust me, many years. But I've taught art at Western Michigan University up here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I'm from. I'm in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area, and we're being buried by tons of snow right now. So, but I wanted to come on for a few minutes. My first live broadcast on YouTube with Dragonbrush Arts. I do some other shows on some of my other channels, evildragonfire.com and things like that. So, but I thought I'd come on, and I'm going to be animating a logo today. It's going to be my dragon logo, and so I kind of wanted to show that a little bit, and you know, to see to kind of show you what I do a little bit. So I'm going to get myself set up here a little bit, because I'm going to go on over to my desktop, and that way we can see what we're doing here, okay? So here we are, and I have my dragon logo here, and what it is it's my dragon using an airbrush is my logo. And the reason that the logo is a dragon using an airbrush is many years ago when I was in the Army. I was stationed in the Army for 10 years. And I was actually stationed in Honolulu, Hawaii, Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, just outside of Honolulu. And while I was there, I was able to go on the weekends and work in a t-shirt shop, and I learned how to run an airbrush there. And the term hot air was used. And this is back in the 80s, 1980s, and the term hot air was used in conjunction with airbrush. So my logo became a dragon using an airbrush because if anybody knows me at all, they know I associate myself as a dragon, and that's kind of how I you know, perceive myself anyway. But the dragon using an airbrush is my logo, and it has been for many years. I actually painted this logo about 10 years ago, one of my first digital paintings. And so today I wanna animate it. Now you see my quick animation up there in the corner. The other way, over there. Yeah, over there. Okay. Where I just have having a shine on the logo there, and it's just a quick animation. And so what I want to do though is I want to actually take the dragon and animate the idea of him using his airbrush as a flamethrower, and I want to take that even further. And the way I'm doing that is to go into After Effects, Adobe After Effects, and I do all of my animations in After Effects. And so I want to actually animate this dragon using his airbrush as a flamethrower. And this is my playback. This is what I have so far. which, you know, that's cool. That's cool. I can deal with that. Um, you know, for a start. But I want him to do more because this, you know, even though this is cool, he's actual flame coming out of his airbrush, and then what it'll do is it'll animate into the actual painting, so that you still have the logo intact and everything. And that's fine, that's cool, but I want more. I want more in the beginning. And what I want to do, I think, is I want to have him come in, the dragon, and be all in silhouette like that, and actually raise his arm and airbrush. So that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do, what I need to do, is I need to break this logo down, and I need to deconstruct it and put each piece on its own layer, so that I can manipulate it the way I need to do that there. So to start out, what I did is I already took the dragon and I separated him from the background. So that's just a simple cut technique. You know, you just cut it away from the background, and that way you just only have the dragon there intact. And I can use him however I need to. No, don't want to save that right now. So I got him on there. And of course I can move him around wherever I need him or whatever, but I'm really not going to animate the colored portion of the dragon, I don't think, too much. Because by the time he's in full lighting like this, the flames will be shooting out, and you know, the flames are actually what's going to light him. So I might do some beginning lighting at the beginning of the flames shooting out, then have the full lighting effect come on at that point. But what I'm doing is I have to repaint each section of this logo. And the way I'm doing that, I have several different art programs that I use. I of course use my After Effects for the animations. I use Photoshop for the initial artworking, and then I'm using Corel Painter to actually get my painterly feel, because I don't want everything to be just smooth and, you know, and shiny. I want it to have a painterly feel because, you know, I'm an artist. I mean, I paint digitally, and I also paint on canvas with paint and paintbrush and things like that. And you'll see my an empty canvas back there right now, ready to be painted on, which I'll be doing that here in the next, well, somewhat soon. I'll be doing some more paintings there, but but what I'm doing here is I'm repainting the clouds so that I can get that painterly feeling. And then what I'm going to do after that, of course, is I need to paint the building, because you see in the logo here, you see that there's the pillars, you know, behind the dragon, and then these clouds are what's actually behind the pillars. So having to paint each level, you have to paint each level so that you can animate each level separately. Leave them all on a transparent background, pull them into After Effects, and animate them so that by the end of the animation, they all work together to make a complete and cogent animation. So that's what I'm working on right now. And it's kind of it's a bit of a back and forth here with the way I do this, because here's here's the painting from Painter, which I can actually X out of. And I have it on Photoshop now, so that I can come in here and start painting in these pillars. Now, one way that I can do that is to do how I did the background in the first place. I had to repaint those clouds over the top of those pillars, and I had to fill in that entire area. So what I'm going to do with this actually is I'm actually going to do an easier thing. I'm going to cut the pillars out a bit here. So let me find my level here. Okay, I don't need that. Don't want that. So I have all these different levels. Alright, there we go. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drop these levels down onto one level. So that way I can cut these windows out. I'm just going to do that real quick. I'm not worried about being precise right at the moment, so I'll come back in and clean it up more here in a few minutes. And actually, the painting doesn't have to be, for my purposes, the painting doesn't have to be exact, because what's going to happen is the animation's going to be moving at the beginning, and then it's going to kind of animate into and melt into the painting. So, and I know that, you know, there's people out there that are like, oh, there's faster ways to do this or whatever. It's like, you know what, that's fine, that's great. It's faster ways. But faster isn't always better. And it's this way, it's just fun. I have fun doing it the way I do it. So, no, I don't like that. What I'm going to do is I'll probably actually cut these pillars out a couple of times. Once here, and then once I get them painted in there, I'm going to cut them out again, more precise cutting, to make them match up with the painting, the original painting, even better, even more precisely, so that when the animation actually animates into the painting and becomes a part of the painting, then these pillars won't move. They'll be the solid piece that keeps everything together. But what I want to do right now is get these cut out so that I can paint them, give them a little bit of a overhaul, freshen them up and everything, you know, to put on the animation later on. Now, if you're watching me do this, either while I'm live or if you watch it later on after I'm gone, after I'm done streaming live, that is. I don't want to be gone for a long time. But make sure to remember to give me a like and a follow. This is a brand new channel. At the time that I'm doing this broadcast right now, I have 0 subscribers. 0 people have looked at me at this channel. So it's brand new. Nothing going on. Probably nobody even watching. So that's fine. I figure I'm going to be doing this work anyway, as I work all the time. I'm a professional artist. That I produce artwork all the time for different clients. I taught art up here at Western Michigan University, up here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a number of years ago. And I've held classes throughout the state of Michigan and Ohio and Indiana, showing people how I draw and teaching people some basics, some ideas of drawing. I've done a lot of drawing classes for little kids, you know, kids of all ages really, but little kids, because I am known as a children's book illustrator, among other things. A number of years ago, I illustrated a children's book for Dennis Rodman. Yeah, the basketball player. The guy who goes over to Korea all the time. Yeah, that guy. And even though I've been doing artwork my entire life, and I'm talking right now, I'm talking 40 plus years. But most of that, you know, most of that's done in private. Most of it's done in obscurity, quite frankly, where nobody knows you and nobody cares about you, and nobody cares at all about the artwork that you make and that you do. Oh my God. But then once I did the artwork, once I illustrated the book for Dennis Rodman, it seemed like, you know, more people kind of stood up and took notice and have been hiring me to do artwork for them ever since. So I have a lot of children's books that I've illustrated, and I've illustrated some, you know, of course, for Dennis Rodman and Erica Eleniak, the first Baywatch girl. Before Pamela Anderson, there was Erica Eleniak. And she wrote a book, a children's book a couple years ago called "What Would You Do If You Lose Your Lullabaloo?" And I illustrated that for her. She was a delight to work with. I mean, she she even sent me some illustrations that she had drawn herself, thinking about the book when she wrote it, and she was just great to work with. I may not really need to paint anything on this, actually. It actually looks pretty good. I might just smooth some areas out here a bit. Then I worked with Sybil Danning, and I've worked with Deontay Wilder. Right now, he's the world heavyweight champion boxer of the world. I'm still not exactly sure how you say it, but but I illustrated his book, his children's book. Hector Camacho Jr. I illustrated his book, children's book. Went out to Puerto Rico a few years ago and debuted that book with him. That was a good time. Jesse James Leija, another great boxer, champion boxer, illustrated his children's book. So I've just done a lot of these things, and of course I illustrate and draw everything under the sun. I often joke with people that because I have people sometimes they ask me, Dan, what do you do? What kind of artwork do you do? And at that point I tell them, you know what, anything that you think that an artist should be able to do, that's pretty much what I do. That is what I do. So there we go. Let's see what we got here. I have to get rid of a few other levels here. Hold on. These are all locked, so I have to unlock them. Get rid of these levels, get rid of them, delete them, yep. And then I'm going to get rid of it. I have to do the same thing here. Unlock these levels. You get going into a flow here, and then there, we get rid of those. So I want to save this. As the pillars. Okay, and then here's just lift that right onto there. There we go. So that way we have, you can see the pillars are still on a transparency. But now I have them over the top of the cloud. The clouds right there that I'm flashing on and off there. So then, what will happen? I can go ahead and get rid of that. But what I need to do is I'll be bringing each one of these layers into After Effects by themselves to animate them individually underneath this layer. Wow. Sounds sounds pretty weird when you say it that way. But that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So what do I want to do first? So I have all these layers here. But I really like any of them that are turned off. I don't need them. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. Oh, wait. No, I want that. Well, it doesn't even matter though, because I can always just splice this animation onto the other one later on. Not a big deal. You know, because eventually what will happen is when, because that's the animation for the lettering that you see up there on my animation up there now. That's the shine animation right there, right here. So and it's showing up, even though it's turned off, it's showing up because I've just clicked on it. That's why it's showing up. So let's click on that. Because eventually what I want to do is after I get past this part and after the painting becomes the painting, then what will happen is this animation will go into the animation that's playing up there in the corner. Kinda. The same shines will be happening anyway. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I have working. That's the way we'll be doing that right there. And I'll be doing that throughout the day. And I'll be coming back and forth to it here. But you see my little pirate character down there working. That's Captain Wallace. That's a character that I play over on the Evil Dragonfire Theater page. I have evildragonfiretheater.com and Evil Dragonfire Theater here on YouTube as well. And what it is I play this character who is alive in the internet, and he has internet adventures, and he's a pirate, and it's just a lot of fun. And I have I play him like as if he was created for the Mortal Kombat universe, and if you know that he was created for Mortal Kombat, but that he got left behind. So it's just a lot of fun, and he has a lot of adventures, and you know, it's just fun. But yeah. But anyway, you know, if you're out there and if you watch me, if you watch this show, and if you watch these streams, I'm going to be doing more and more live streams. I'll do live streams, and I'm also going to do some pre-recorded content, which you know, I'll be sharing that a lot, because I do a lot of pre-recorded content, especially, like I said, for my Evil Dragonfire Theater show and things like that. So I can do you know, drawing lessons and how to do different things in either After Effects or Photoshop or Painter or whatever that there is. So you can always ask me questions if you want to know a certain way to do a certain thing. You know, feel free to ask me. I mean, I've been in the professional arena for the past 30 plus years. I've done many things, so there is a lot that I know how to do, and if I don't know how to do it, maybe we can learn it together. So you know, that's kind of my introduction here. So feel free to, you know, like what I do, and you know, subscribe to the channel, and like the videos, and leave comments, and we'll build this thing together. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Peace.